Welcome to all. Today I'm going to discuss with the topic is about spectroscopic methods in chemistry. First, spectroscopy. This is a branch of science dealing with the study of interaction of electromagnetic radiation with matter. Electromagnetic spectrum is a continuum of all electromagnetic waves arranged according to their frequency or wavelength. According to the wavelength, we can say that radio waves first, microwave, IR, visible, UV, X-ray and gamma rays. And two types of spectra are also there. First one is absorption spectrum. When an atom or a molecule undergo a transition from lower energy level to the higher energy level with absorption of a photon energy h nu, then that spectrum is known as absorption spectrum. Next one is emission spectrum. When an atom or a molecule undergo transition from higher energy level to the lower energy level with the emission of a photon energy h nu is known as emission spectrum. Then coming to the UV visible spectroscopy is a transition of electrons from lower electronic level to higher electronic level. It is also known as electronic spectroscopy. The regions are there UV 200 to 400 nanometer, visible 400 to 800 nanometer. The respective spectrum also shown in this down. Next, vibration or IR spectroscopy. Transition between vibrational energy levels of a molecule having change in dipole moment with the vibration of a bond. IR spectrum is a plot of wave number on x-axis versus percentage transmittance on y-axis. Coming to NMR spectroscopy, it depends on the absorption of energy when nucleus of an atom is excited from its lowest energy nuclear spin state to next highest one. The nuclear energy levels are produced by keeping the nuclei in a magnetic field. The energy required for the transition falls in radio frequency region. All nuclei carry a charge, so they will possess spin angular momentum. The moment of a spin angular momentum is quantized. That is, only those nuclei which have a finite value of spin angular momentum or spin angular number I value greater than 0 will precess along the axis of rotation. It is known as spin quantum number. I is associated with the mass number and atomic number of the nuclei. Some examples are listed here. Some of them are NMR active, some of them are NMR inactive. Then we can see that the value of I becomes 0 in first section, and second section value of I become 1, 2, 3, that is integral value, and third section half integral value of I become half integral value. Then value of I becomes 0, the NMR, that species are NMR inactive. That means protons and neutrons having even values. Number of protons and neutrons are even numbers. This technique consists of exposing the protons in the organic molecule to a powerful external field. It is generally convenient to keep the radio frequency constant and the strength of magnetic field is constantly varied. At some value of field strength, energy required to flip the proton matches with the energy of the radiation. That means absorption occurs and a signal observed. Such a spectrum is called NMR spectrum. Proton NMR spectrum of ethanol is shown in this figure. And next one, internal standard used in NMR spectroscopy. Tetramethyl is accepted as internal standard for calibrating the chemical shift for proton and C13 NMR spectroscopy in organic solvents. Because all 12 hydrogen atoms in tetramethylsilane molecule are equivalent. It is also noted in zero value. It is also known as TMS. That means tetramethylsilane is chosen for many reasons. The hydrogen nuclei in tetramethylsilane are highly shielded because silicon has low electronegativity. As a result, you would have to increase the magnetic field by the greatest amount to bring the hydrogen back into resonance. TMS is soluble in most organic solvents and TMS is easily evaporated. These are the main reasons we can use TMS as an internal standard for NMR spectroscopy. And proton NMR spectrum. NMR absorptions generally appear as sharp peak. Increasing chemical shift is plotted from left to right. Most protons absorb between 0 to 10 ppm. The terms Upfield and downfield describe the relative location of the peak. Upfield means right, downfield means left. NMR absorptions are measured relative to position of a reference peak. That means TMS peak. TMS is volatile inert compound that gives single peak upfield from typical NMR absorption. Proton NMR position of signal. Since electron experience a lower magnetic field strength, it needs a lower frequency to achieve resonance. Lower frequencies to right in the NMR spectrum towards a lower chemical shift. So shielding shift absorption upfield. Proton NMR signal. Number of signal. How to calculate number of signals? The number of proton NMR signals equal to number of different types of protons in a compound. And protons in different environment give different NMR signal. Equivalent protons will give same NMR signal. Some examples are listed here. Next one, chemical shift. The difference in absorption position of a proton with respect to TMS signal is known as chemical shift. It also represents as delta value. The spin flip frequency minus TMS spin flip frequency in Hertz divided by NMR operating frequency in Hertz into 10 raised to 6. We can calculate the chemical shift for a respective peak. Coming to deshielding, shielding and deshielding. These are the possibilities of chemical shift or factors affecting chemical shift. If a proton is surrounded by electron donating group, then shielding occurs. Thus, the constant radio frequency shielding shift absorption upfield in all molecules where there is a spherical distribution of electrons around the proton. It is called positive shielding. Presence of electronegative atom or group cause reduction in electron density around the proton. That means deshielding. And thus absorption is shifted downfield, delta value increases. Hence, electronegative atom are said to deshielded the proton and cause it have a higher chemical shift, moving it to left. That means downfield. The magnitude of deshielding effect, however, rapidly decreases as the distance between the proton and electronegative atom increases. Some examples are listed here. CH3Br, CH3CH2Br, CH3CH2CH2Br, etc. Main factors affecting chemical shift, that is electronegativity and inductive effect, hydrogen bonding, van der Waals deshielding, anisotropic effect. These are the main factors affecting chemical shift value. Anisotropy, this is also known as space effect. In compound containing double or triple bond circulation of pi electron about nearby nuclei generate an induced field which can either oppose or reinforce the location of proton or space occupied by the proton. The occurrence of shielding and deshielding can be determined by the location of proton in space, and so it is known as space effect. Next, hydrogen bonding. The chemical shift depends on how much hydrogen bonding is taking place. Hydrogen bonding lengthens the OH bond and reduces the valence electron density around the proton. It is shielded, deshielded, and shifted downfield in the NMR spectrum. If hydrogen bonding increases, deshielding increases absorption of downfield. Next, van der Waals deshielding. The electron cloud of a bulkier group will tend to repel the electron cloud of surrounding proton. Thus, such proton will be deshielded, will resonate at a slightly higher delta value than expected in the absence of this effect. Some problems are listed here. Find the chemical shift in ppm for the proton that has resonance 126 Hz downfield from TMS on spectrometer that operates 60 MHz. Delta value equation, spin flip frequency minus TMS spin flip frequency divided by NMR operating frequency into 10 raised to 6. After substituting the values, we will get 2.1 ppm, delta value 2.1 ppm. One more example also listed here. Coupling constant is also denoted as J. The distance between centers of two adjacent peaks in a multiplet is usually constant and it is known as coupling constant. The value of coupling constant is independent of external bar applied magnetic field. It is mainly used to differentiate between two singlet and one doublet, two doublet and one quartet, etc. If it is doublet, J value will not change. Unit of coupling constant is denoted hertz, also in CPSC, that is cycles per second. Generally, value of coupling constant is up to 20 hertz. It can be a positive value or negative. If the energy is lower when the two nuclei have opposite spin, its value will be positive. If the energy is lower when two nuclei will parallel spin, then its value will be negative. Types of coupling and effect in J value. Value of coupling constant depend upon number of covalent bonds, structural relationship between coupled protons. And different types of coupling are there. First one is geminal coupling. It is also known as two-bond coupling. Protons attached to the same carbon, but environment will are different is known as geminal coupling. The value of geminal coupling depends upon the bond angle between geminal protons of saturated protons. The bond angle and value of geminal values are listed here. Characteristics. Geminal coupling will increases with increasing bond angle. Geminal coupling will also increase with the electronegativities of an atom or group. Next one, vicinal coupling. It is also known as three-bond coupling. Vicinal protons are the protons which are separated by three bonds. Two types are there, Gaussian form and antiform. Value of vicinal coupling varies with the dihedral angle. When dihedral angle is 0 or 180, then it will show largest coupling constant value. If angle is 90 degree, then it will show negative J value. And next one is long range couple. No coupling observed for distance between two observing nuclei more than 3 covalent bond. But unsaturated or fluoro compound show some appreciable coupling for the distance of more than 3 covalent bond in high resolution spectrometer. Next one is spin-spin coupling. Definition: the spin of nucleus of one proton is close enough to affect spin of another is known as spin-spin coupling. Example is shown in this figure. Ethanol. Proton NMR spectrum of ethanol. The signal of CH3 proton will come with the effect of the protons in CH2 protons, and also CH2 proton will give a signal with the effect of proton in CH3. That means 3 protons in CH3. Next section is spin decoupling or double resonance. This is a technique which involves irradiation of a proton or set of protons. This irradiation is done by intense radio frequency energy. This energy eliminates spin-spin coupling among the protons. Two radio frequencies are used, known as double resonance or double irradiation. This technique is a powerful tool for simplifying the spectrum. NMR spectrum of ethanol is shown in this down. Spin decoupled spectra after, without decoupling and after decoupling is shown here. Next, Pascal triangle. The intensity ratios of multiplets derived from n+1 rule follows the entries of in mathematical device is called Pascal triangle. Each entry in the triangle is the sum of entries above it and to it immediate left and right. Some proton NMR spectrum are shown in compounds are shown here. 1 chloroethane, 2 chloropropane, ethyl ethanoate, parabromophenol, propionamide, etc. And some of them are given for homework. Thank you.